Usagi, one of these suitors will win your hand. Which one do you think? Oh.
Yeah, sunny days, no clouds in the sky, but again, away feels like it's been a freaking decade. Sorry, don't call me cause I'm gonna be on break.
Hi everyone, Rye here, and we are back with my celebration of Disney 100! Woo! Disney 100! Yeah! I'm so dumb. But we are on our 11th official princess, and that's Merida from Brave. Now, I'm giving a shout out to Rogue Peps. I know you've been waiting 11 whole weeks to get to your favorite princess, and we are finally here. So I appreciate your patience on that. I also want to thank all my current subscribers that have supported me, and all my new subscribers. I appreciate you, and I hope you're enjoying the content. If you are not subscribed yet and you like what you see, it'd be greatly appreciated if you did subscribe to my channel and like the videos. As we go back to our 11th official princess, Merida from the movie Brave. Brave is about a girl who essentially needs to get married to some other, I guess, islands or kingdoms so that there's no war between everybody. And then in the midst of this, there is like a demonic bear called Mordu. And then her mom, Queen Eleanor, kind of pushes her to tell her that this is what princesses do and kind of shape her into a princess. And however, Merida doesn't want that. She doesn't want to get married. So she kind of announces that she wants to take her own hand in marriage and not go with a guy. And then as her and her mom have a conversation, they get in an argument, she goes off, runs into a witch. The witch gives her a cake that will change her mom's mind, or I guess kind of like that. She gives it to her mom. Her mom turns into a bear, and she can't really understand her mom. She needs to get her mom back to human, I believe, after the second sunrise. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been so long since I've seen this movie. And then in the mist, her brothers, of course, since they're so everywhere, they eat the cake as well and turn into bears themselves, but they're cute. The mom's cute too. But they then confuse the mom as Mordu, and the town, or the warriors, whatever they call them, the Vikings, correct me, feel free to, mistaking her as Mordu, try to attack her, try to slay her, and then at the end of the film, they slay Mordu. It turns into a prince that's a wisp, I believe, and then the mom turns back and it's happily ever after. It's a great mother-daughter story and that bonding. Anyways, that is the movie of Brave, and other than that, if you haven't seen it, I recommend you see it. I know it's not a highly rated Disney princess movie, but I enjoyed it. But other than that, this is the doll that I have chosen for my Disney 100. Let's go into my doll room so we can take a further look on this doll. Alright, so just as always, we're going to start with the box. The box is that same old white flat box, but the thing that Disney did change on this was instead of that glossy kind of vine throughout the whole box, they actually changed the design to the design that you see in the Brave movies, which I really appreciate that they changed that detail. Now, around the border of the display window, we'll get like a little gold chain kind of feel around the whole box. Of course, you have the Disney Store logo in the top left. And then as we make our way down to the bottom, that ribbon-like effect with the bluish, dark blue gradient going throughout. And it says limited edition, 1 of 7,000. So we did get a higher edition size with this doll. Then we have Merida surrounded with that same gold border. And then here comes the blue vine-like leaf floral design. I guess Disney had to keep that in there somewhere. Now, as we turn the box to one side, we have that same uniform design as the front of the box. We have the gloss effect of that Brave design, and then we have that gold border around. Ooh, I almost forgot. that display window is so cute. So they have, instead of like the vines like they would have normally on the older box, this has that flat white, the same thing, but they have the little brothers as bears along the side, and they're so cute. I really like that detail that they put into this display window, and how they did decide to change it up a bit, starting with Merida. Now, as we take a look at the other side of the box, it's symmetrical like the other side, so we're not going to go into much detail on it, but it's exactly the same. Now, as we take a look at the top of the box, that same pattern goes on top of the box, but we don't have any wording on the top, and then we just have the vine kind of leaf feel with the plastic display. Now, as we take a look at the back of the box, that same glossy design with the brave symbols are throughout the back. Then we have a border that is symmetrical to the one in the front from the display window. And then in that bordered frame kind of thing, we have Disney Pixar Brave. And then we have the description here, so if you'd like to pause and read on your own, you may. And then we have two other languages, which looks like to have been consistent from Rapunzel and has not yet been only to 2 languages. Then we have the little bordered certificate of authenticity and display stand included. And then as we go down to the bottom half of that border, those vines continue with that light, not light, maybe like a turquoisey blue with the leaves and the vines. At the bottom right, we do see that she did cost $99.50 before Disney inflated the price. But hey, I am not complaining that I paid this much back then as what we're paying now. So I wish it was that much again, but oh well, what can we do? We're not the Disney corporate. Alright, so let's go ahead and take off the top and the display case so we can get a further look at the details of this doll. Alright, so as usual, I'll review the certificate of authenticity. If you'd like to pause here to read, you may. I did get number 2149 of 7000, and we have a gold foil to the wording and designs this time instead of a silver. On the back, there's nothing. I don't know if this is the first one that has nothing on the back. That's kind of strange to me and surprising as well, but I guess. Alright, so I really couldn't get a good look at her shoes, but from what I did see, it looks like a brown with some textured eyes in the shoes. I don't think I can get a video on that, so I apologize. I'll see if I can find photos online, and if so, I'll post them here. If not, then I hope you can find them on the internet somewhere. But as we go to the dress, it's only, let's see, I think it's only, okay, it seems to just be one layer, and it is made of like a felt texture, but on the back there's like a satin on the back, which is kind of sewed in. And then as we look at the bottom part, there's like a goldish shimmery border on the top and bottom, and then we have a design. I think that's satin. Let me touch it. Okay. It feels like a black satin, and then on top we have the Brave design, and the good thing is that it's not just a flat design, it is also kind of like a felt texture to it. And as we make our way up a little bit more, we go to her waist, and her waist, is that a belt? Let me check. Okay, so that part is a belt. Oh, she's kind of crooked. Let me. She's still crooked. Oh my god. And as we see the belt is its own black fabric, but on top we do have an embroidered design on it, which gives that gold tinsel-y effect. And then of course we have a sword into it, but we'll get into that in a moment. But on the front of that belt, let me see, is that plastic? It is. Okay, so it's like a plastic part. I don't think it's attached to the sword. It's not. It's attached to the belt, and it's a plastic kind of like maybe a buckle. And we have a silver shine paint with black and gold on the round side of that. Now, let's go ahead and look at the sword since we're here. The sword is plastic. I do like the simple effect to this. It is in a silver paint, and then we have the brown paint as the handle, and we have some texture here, so I do like that. But other than that, nothing too great about it. It's just like a basic plastic sword. Now, as we make our way up to her top part of the dress, it still continues with that felt fuzzy fabric. And we go up to her medallion. And her medallion is that cute necklace that I believe her mother gave her in the film. Now, it doesn't carry the details of the film, and I'm guessing because the medallion is, or the necklace is small, so they can't capture all of it. You can tell that it's the design that is supposed to be movie accurate, but unfortunately they didn't capture the bears accurately because it's such a small design, and to put it on there, they probably couldn't get that in there. Alright, and as we go up to the top part of her bust, we do see that it is bordered by a gold tinsel-y ribbon fabric there. And then we go below the cape, and we have more of a sheer, I don't know if it's a sheer fabric, but it has the ripples in it. And it does seem to be attached to the dress, which I do appreciate that extra that Disney did. They could have just not given her a ruffle or any of that fabric. And then we'll go down to her sleeves, and that same fabric on the right side of her continues, but then we have that, I don't know, that same tinsely, gold tinsel, sheer ruffle fabric on her elbow area, which I mean, I guess it can tie into her time period. And then, like I mentioned, that same ruffle tinsel gold will go down to the bottom of her sleeves. The other side, it does it is symmetrical to the right hand side, but on the other side we have like a bow guard, if I'm saying that correctly, and it is maybe a pleather fabric, but on top of it we have an embroidered gold tinsel effect. And then as we look at her accessories, we'll go ahead and go there since we're already there. We have her bow in her left hand, and her bow has amazing detail in it. So we have the string. It's a thick string that's tied in from the top to bottom, which represents, okay, I am nowhere near a bow expertise. So any of these technical words, please feel free to leave in the comments. But we have the bow and the designs on the bow as well. And then we have more etched in designs at the top. And then we have more of that gripper where she would hold the bow. Then in her other hand, she is handling one arrow, and that's also plastic. I wish that Disney may have added like little feathers, just like I mentioned in the Pocahontas review. But I mean, this is just me nitpicking. And then we have a arrow holder. That's brown plastic, and then we have two more arrows that are stuck inside there. And then we have that plaid, I don't know what that is. We have a plaid, let me see if I can get a closer look. I don't know if it's like supposed to be a part of her outfit. I don't know, I think it might be like a plaid bag. I think it's a plaid bag, so like maybe if she were to hunt animals or something, that she would put him in the bag and carry him back. That's my guess. Let me know your guess in the comments below. And then I think that is about it around her waist. Now we're gonna go and look at her cape. Okay, this doll, I love the cape the most. So the cape we have, let me touch it. I said touch it twice, I don't know why. Okay, so the cape, let's go ahead and talk about it. We have, which I was already talking about it, so I don't know why I just said let's go ahead and talk about it. So the cape is bordered with a gold tinsel, I guess thicker fabric, kind of like how the bottom of the dress was. And then we have like a faux fur texture, which I absolutely love. And then on the inside, we have a satin light green feel. And there is no cushion in between, so there is no other fabric. So I'm guessing Disney said, hey, that faux fur was enough. We don't want to put any more in there. But that satin does have a printed design on it, which also correlates with the design of the box. And I love how Disney incorporated this in the actual doll. It is a great detail, and I absolutely love this cape that they added for her. And as we make our way to the top of her cape, we have that same kind of felt fabric that goes across that ties in the cape, and then we have a plastic kind of buckle that holds the cape, and it has some silver shine paint with a flat orangish goldish paint. Y'all, I don't know if they're bears or wolves, but I'm gonna assume they're bears because the movie is kind of surrounded by bears. Let me know in your comments below if that's what you think it is, or maybe I'm just missing a detail in the movie. As we make our way up to her face, I think this is gonna be my second favorite of this doll. I know I mentioned the faces are usually my favorite, but I love that cape. But her face, we have a clean, crisp print as always. Her lips are like a nude gloss color, which I think definitely represents Merida since she is kind of like a tomboy. Her blush, she doesn't really have a whole lot of blush, but it is very, very light. And we have those cute little light freckles on top of her nose and throughout her cheeks, which I love that. And I love Disney's detail in this because they didn't give her much makeup, which I definitely think represents Merida. They also did not give her rooted eyelashes, which I am definitely okay with on this doll because the sole fact that it does go with Merida. Some dolls that do not have eyelashes, I think should have them, but with this one, I definitely agree with Disney's choice on not including eyelashes. And now we have a different kind of eyebrow. We have it like in a sassy kind of, you want me to do what kind of thing, which I do think is a great touch as well. As we make our way up to her hair is, of course, in the movie, she is a thick hair, curls throughout her whole hair, and definitely this doll represents that. We have the nice red color hair and curls throughout. I'm sure if I detached this doll, the curls would be there, but I'm not going to detach it. So, as we can see, this definitely gives a representation of Merida. Lastly, the back of the box gives an outside kind of feel. Since most of the movie is outside in the woods, in mountains, etc., I do feel like that is a great display to put in the back. My overall review of this doll, I personally would give this doll a 9.5 out of 10. And the reason why is that I do feel like Disney kind of cheapened it a little bit just by the bottom of the dress and it not being or not having a lot of detail in it. I can understand Disney's view as Merida isn't like a glitzy glamoury girl, which I do understand. So I'm not mad at them for that. I do wish that this doll had maybe one more thing. And maybe that's me just being selfish. Like, I wish she had maybe her bears, her brothers as bears in there. But maybe this was already busy enough. Which her newer doll, or the D23 doll, had her bears. But that's just me. As always, I'll go ahead and post here what this doll is going for on eBay. So if you want to save up for the future, you can have an idea of kind of where this doll lands price-wise. Let me know if Merida is your favorite princess. Just like Rogue, I got you here. And let me know how you are liking these Disney 100 doll reviews. Let's go ahead and go back to my computer room so we can close out this video. And that was my review on this limited edition Merida doll by Shop Disney for my Disney 100 celebration. Let me know your thoughts on this doll. And if you're like Rogue and this is your favorite Disney princess. If I've already reviewed your favorite Disney princess, let me know in the comments below as well. We are almost to an end of my Disney 100 celebration, but I am a Disney collector, so you'll be seeing a lot more doll reviews outside of these. As mentioned, you can see the ones right behind me. I'll be doing that. I should probably go over Dollmageddon and do a review of the dolls and how difficult it was. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. As always, I hope you have a great day, a great night, wherever you're at today. And remember to stay kind to yourself. Simply Rye, out.